Gargantia is in a very strange position. Saying that this anime was written by Garugantia is both a gift and a curse. Having such a name backing Gargantia makes some, or maybe even many, give it a chance. Yet it also needs to live up to the hype behind Urobuchi, needing to compete for a place in people's hearts with incredible works like Madoka, Fate Zero, and Psycho-Pass. Hello audience and welcome to Yvern's Box. Today we'll be looking at the 13 episode long anime series known as Gargantia on the Verdurous planet. Gargantia is a story of two tales with one overarching premise and one relevant storyline. The two intertwine and affect each other by its influence over one another. While the galaxy is locked into a war between the Galactic Alliance of humankind and a mysterious tentacled race called the Hideaus, after a battle between these two forces, a certain officer of the Alliance, named Leto, ends up crash landing through a wormhole into an ocean-covered planet that is primitive in comparison to his civilization. After some time passes, he comes face to face with a group of people that are, like the planet, primitive in comparison. Although he is unable to communicate with them with the help of his trusty fetus-like machine chambers, he slowly becomes more integrated with this new society. Now, Urobuchi is an expert in world building. He creates a universe that is both interesting and intriguing, encompassing both a galactic feel and the boat world that is this primitive planet. He makes both of these worlds enchanting and mesmerizing, but neither of them truly stand out. The intergalactic war isn't really anything that's new or revolutionary, while the ocean-filled world doesn't redefine anything. Still, with all that said, this setting is quite spectacular, though it wouldn't be hard to say that it tries to accomplish way too much in way too little space. The story is one where Leto has to try to find his place in this new world, yet torn between his galactic duties and his newfound sense of self. This duality makes for quite a good show with emphasis on character development and relations. It's rather interesting to see Leto struggle between his former life and his new one. At the same time, the events that happen are also rather intriguing, but that's where the positive ends. While the setting and the story are more than decent, the anime as a whole lacks that one factor that motivates you to watch on. Unlike Urobuchi's other works, the pace felt rather slow, and little really happens from episode to episode, at least not enough to willingly bring me back. Still, the anime was a nice try from Urobuchi's part, and later episodes certainly were a sight to see. Gargantia is almost all about the characters. We have the annoying ones, the silent ones, the hot-headed ones, etc. These create a community filled with different types of people. The main character feels a little bland at the beginning but slowly gains his own set of colors as the show goes on. The rest of the major characters have their lives changed by the sudden appearance of Leto and either accept him or obviously reject him. The transition between a cold and rejecting society to a warm and welcoming band remains the primary focus of the anime, and the characters introduced are usually likable. While simple in comparison to the Galactic Alliance, the civilization also has a sophisticated system for battleships and settlements. The anime emphasizes the need for every individual being within the community to support one another. Overall, Gargantia creates a true sense of personality, which is not only represented through its characters, but also through the scenery and music that composes the anime. Of all of Gen Urobuchi's works, Gargantia is by far the most colorful and vibrant of them. Production IG took over this project and did quite a good job when it comes to the aesthetics. Most scenes utilize heavily colored scenery and meshes it well with its use of music, which are also very smooth and relaxing. I wish that they would have used these vibrant colors more often, and although I understand the need for some scenes to be somber and dark, these colors are what made the show for me, and by effectively not utilizing them, it ruined quite a few episodes for me. The mechs are also well integrated. Although the CGI seems out of place from time to time, it creates the correct effect where the machines actually look more advanced in comparison to the rest of the world. One of the more enjoyable parts was the character models. Maybe because I've been watching a little more bizarre character model things, but the character designs felt both clean and crisp. They succeed in providing every needed sort of feeling that you expect from an overall great looking show. Gargantia will probably only be able to live in the shadows of its older brothers. It has not and probably will not gather as much of a fan base, but that in no way makes this a bad show. It gathers some beautiful action and adventure scenes and even adds a hint of slice of life. It tells a story that is not necessarily the most interesting, but the universe that it sets itself makes up for that. With all that said, by compiling the scores I've handed to Gargantia in the categories of story, characters, and aesthetics, we come to an overall score of 72.6, making it a good anime, more than enough to spend some time on. Thank you all for watching my review of the anime known as Gargantia. I hope you enjoyed this review, and if you did, please leave a like or subscribe, since that does go a long way in motivating me to make more content. I do reviews like these every Saturday, so you can expect more stuff from me. Anyway guys, thank you all for watching. This has been Yvern and my box.